I am an active duty member of the United States Air Force, and I will no longer be complicit in genocide. I'm about to engage in an extreme act of protest, but compared to what people have been experiencing in Palestine at the hands of their colonizers, it's not extreme at all. This is what our ruling class has decided will be normal.
Can I help you, sir?
Oh, free Palestine!
Hey!
Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
Man's on fire! Man's on fire!
Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Free Palestine!
Hey!
Get on the
ground! On the ground! On the ground! Get on the ground! On the ground! On the ground! On the ground! Who's got a fire extinguisher? Get a fire extinguisher! Who's got a fire extinguisher? Call the board! Call the board! Call the board! Get me a fire extinguisher! Get the fire extinguisher! Jesus Christ! Hey, get the fire extinguisher! I'll cover you, I'll cover you! Pop the trunk! Pop the trunk! Hey! Give me up! Give me up! I need a fire extinguisher!
They have it right here. It's coming. He said he has it. Another one. Another one.
Hey, I don't need guns, I need fire extinguishers! Put him out, sorry. Go! Come on.
Keep on.
Hey, I'm going on the board. What is this? I need fireboard. Hold on. What is this? Who is this?
Secondly, yesterday an active duty service member set himself on fire in front of the Israeli embassy in protest of U.S. support for Israel's operations in Gaza. Has the Secretary been briefed on Airman Bushnell, and is he concerned that maybe this airman's actions may indicate that there's a bigger issue within the military as far as U.S. support for this ongoing operation?
Yeah, so the Secretary is following the situation. I know the Air Force has confirmed the airman's death. They do plan to provide additional information 24 hours after next of kin notifications are complete. It certainly is a tragic event. We do extend our condolences to the airman's family. In terms of the incident itself, Tara, as you know, the D.C. Metropolitan Police Department has the lead for responding to questions about that incident. So anything on that, I'd have to refer you to them.
But is the Secretary concerned that this might indicate that there's a deeper issue, maybe the U.S. military personnel being concerned about how weapons and support for Israel is being used on civilians in Gaza?
Well, look, from a Department of Defense standpoint, since Hamas's brutal attacks on October 7th, we've been focused on the 4 key areas that the Secretary set out from the onset. That's protecting U.S. forces and citizens in the region, supporting Israel's inherent right to defend itself from terrorist attacks, working closely with Israel to support and secure the release of hostages from Hamas, and ensuring that the conflict between Hamas and Israel doesn't escalate into a broader regional conflict. And so those objectives are what continue to inform our approach to the situation in the Middle East. And as we've talked about before, while our support for Israel's inherent right to defend itself is ironclad, we've also continued to actively communicate our expectations that Israel take civilian safety and humanitarian assistance into account into their operations. You see that incorporated into every conversation the Secretary has with his counterpart in Israel, as well as other U.S. officials. And we expect them to continue to adhere to the law of armed conflict and international humanitarian law. We'll continue to do that. Jennifer?
An active duty member of the U.S. Air Force, identified as Aaron Bushnell, set himself on fire outside the Israeli embassy in Washington, D.C., stating, "I will no longer be complicit in genocide." The man has reportedly died from his injuries after being treated at a nearby hospital for his critical injuries. The incident sparked an investigation by local police and Secret Service. This act comes amid ongoing protests against the war in Gaza, which has led to pro-Palestinian and pro-Israeli demonstrations in the U.S. Protest is an invaluable way to speak truth to power. Throughout history, protests have been the driving force behind some of the most powerful social movements, exposing injustice and abuse, demanding accountability, and inspiring people to keep hoping for a better future. Protest has played a vital role in making sure our human rights are acknowledged by institutions of power. From the Salt March against British colonial rule in India in 1930, to the decades of pride marches that followed the Stonewall riots in 1969, to Black Lives Matter protests in recent years, people power is constantly shaping our world. There are countless examples when people come together and made history and delivered us the rights and liberties we enjoy today. Driven by creativity and a sense of shared humanity, protests take a multitude of forms online and offline, from strikes, marches, and visuals to sit-ins and acts of civil disobedience. These strategies and tactics can be used to pave the way for progress in areas that impact our lives, including better governance, safer working conditions, and combating issues like racism, discrimination, and environmental destruction. Let us know what you think of Bushnell's protest action in the comment section.